Hello there, welcome back to the arena. Just where we left off. 2 victories so far with this deck. It's not bad, let's see if we can go higher with it. Hopefully, we can. A mage, wow. Luckily enough, I don't have anything that gets pinged to death easily, but 3 spells and going first, that's not my idea of fun. So we're going to drop these to the Wrath, could be useful. And this is this is actually less useful. So this could actually be the defeat here. I have 3 spells in my hand and a minion that cost 5. 2 of the spells actually need a minion of mine to work, so... Do I want to Wrath a 1-cost minion? I think I do. That thing can very fast become very scary, so I'm going to get rid of it before I get in trouble. Luckily enough, I did pull a Razor Fan, so I can play that next turn. Unfortunately, the mage has the coin, so I could very well be in trouble here already. I think what I might actually have to go for here is Razor Fan and then Mark Nature it.
I wonder.
Yeah, so do I. What is that? Must have a lot of 2s here, considering whether or not should use the coin. I would presume. So probably a strong 3 or
What to do?
a weak 2. Probably might even be a 1-cost. Let's see here. What actually Direwolf. Huh. Then I think we just play the bull. The bull, I think we just play the Razor Fan. The bull might be pinged here, or there might actually be a Yeti coming. Who knows? Potentially I might, if she plays a Yeti, then I'll simply use Swipe and the bull to kill it. Going into a Yeti, going into something else strong. The Razor Fan can deal with the wolf here fairly easily. If the wolves run into the 1-cost, then I'll just shapeshift and kill it. So let's see here what actually happens.
I wonder.
You don't really have many options for turn 3, lady. Frostbolt? Yeah. And then just going 1-cost spell. Arcane Missile? Yeah. And perfect hit. Coin into a tiny little creature.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Effusive Sergeant. Not a horrible move. Do I want to play a Brewmaster on its own? Probably not. So we'll just shapeshift this turn, get rid of that. And that's it. I'm going to play the Fang Creep next turn anyway, so I might actually get myself into a better position. I do have the Swipe too. So, judging by the amount of cards I have, I could potentially turn this around, but I have taken quite a bit of damage already. And we are going up against the mage. The problem with the Fang Creeper here is that it might get fireballed. I'm hoping that it won't be, but can't guarantee anything, which is kind of the problem here. Might be forced to use Swipe if it... Sorry, might be forced to use Swipe if it actually gets hit. What I'm thinking is that we do the same Chillwind Mark of Nature trick that we did last time. Get a 4-9 taunt. It can take a lot of damage before it dies, so
I wonder.
it works fairly well. That's probably a fireball. Isn't it? Mirror image. Iron Beak. You silence that. Well, that you're going to regret, especially when my Yeti comes on board. You're still going to try and run me down here, so I definitely need to get up a taunt. Hey, Silverback Patriarch. Good. I'm very tempted here to actually just swipe and kill everything. I think we'll just do that. There's 2 cards left. One of them is clearly a Pyroblast, judging by how this has been played. And I'm pretty sure that I can actually get board control back very easily. I have Starfall, deal 5 damage to an annoying minion. And with this, I can actually clear the board and keep a minion on the board that I can potentially make into a 3/10 taunt. So, next turn is going to be awkward. Let's just say that. Potentially here, what I can do is create a 5/8 with the Brewmaster. Brewmaster that, taunt it. That works. So yeah, I'm definitely getting back into this. Boulder Fist! Well, that is going to get Starfall. I think. Yeah, we're just going to trade a Starfall and... No. We're going to play the Yeti. And we're going to make it scary. No, I don't want to sacrifice the Yeti. That it will be an incredible strong taunt. I don't want to sacrifice that. We'll just Starfall and... well, sacrifice the Fang Reaper instead. But I do have the advantage. I have cards. I have good cards. Yeti, Mark of Nature, Ancient Brewmaster, Ancient Mage even, so... it's looking good. It's not looking terrible. I do have a health deficit, but... other than that, it looks fine. Scarlet Crusader. Acolyte of Pain. Interesting combination there. So yeah, I think we just go Yeti. Then we Mark of Nature it for health and taunt. And if you want to run both of those things into it, feel free. It can then be Firebolt, admittedly, but it's still a big, scary taunt. You actually had another owl. Then I might actually be dead. I can use Shapeshift to heal myself a little bit, but it's simply prolonging the inevitable. Do I have anything here to actually get me out of this situation? Probably not. Are we going to go all in? That's the Fireball. No! Frost Elemental, because why in the hell not? So I need one of my other taunts here. Ironbark would be... well, that one works as well. You've used your silence, so... then you get this. And just to make things a little bit worse, we toss in an ooze. This is probably where she pulls the Flame Strike and annihilates me. Arcane Intellect. What did you get? Flame Strike can't be played here. Fireball won't really do much. Kill the Yeti. Severan Knight. Well, that one works.
Ready, sir.
But you still will have a tough time getting through that Sunwalker. Well, probably not. We'll just... I assume the Acolyte will ping the shield and she'll use these two to actually just kill it. Then we'll probably run the Frost Elemental into the Yeti. So yeah, I'm definitely in trouble here. Oh! Going for me still. You have a Pyroblast then. No, if you're doubting going for me, then you do not have a Pyroblast.
Time runs out on me.
You're using an awful amount of time here, lady.
What to do? What to do?
Well, I did think that I had this one in the bag, but apparently I was solely mistaken. Wish I had my swipe now. How much damage? There's actually just enough damage on the field to actually kill me. So, what do I want to do here? Probably Shapeshift, first of all. Then I'm going to play the Ancient Mage and the Treant, I think. Yep, we're going to do that. And we're going to take a chance here. I feel a big chance. If she has a spell, I'm dead anyway, but it's better to get that thing dead before it can... Well, I am dead. Did not consider the Fire Blast. My bad. But not really much else I could have done there. I hate mages. Took a while before she actually realized I was dead. That could have gone better. Didn't get the control I wanted, didn't get any of my iron bugs. All of my taunts got silenced. She had every card she needed at the exact perfect moment. It's fairly annoying, but I had those games myself. They are hilariously good to play, or fun, I guess I should say, to play. So, what do we get next here? Dastardly Death Knight or a Heavy Hunter? Apparently, it looks like we got the Dastardly Death Knight.
I will fight with honor.
Ooze, Berserker, Power of the Wild. Do I want to toss the Ooze? No, I'm just going to keep what I have. Then we're going to open with an Amani Berserker. Probably then go Power of the Wild on it. Get a 3-4. Could get interesting this.
My greetings.
Of course, that depends if something is played on turn 1 or not. A Voodoo Doctor. That actually helps me. Because that means that I can coin into the Amani and hit that and enrage it. And then potentially I might even be able to... probably won't be able to keep that thing alive though. Loot order. Well, as I said, I might actually just go ahead and give this thing a little bit extra health. Now, what we're going to do is shapeshift. We're going to kill that, and we're going to kill that. And with this, I get a 5-1 on the field. Of course, he probably has a way of actually killing that, since he allowed me to do it, but that's another story entirely. And I'm still tempted to go Power of the Wild on it and give it a extra 1 attack and extra 1 health. Then it'll basically be a Leroy. But the big question is, do I really want to do that? Do I want to simply play the Sun Fury? I think we'll go Power of the Wild and play a Panther. No, we won't do that, and the reason is simple. The Panther will simply die. This thing can actually take a little bit of hits and survive. So we'll play the Sun Fury. It's not a perfect moment to do that, but it works. This thing will have to run into that, hopefully. Unless he opts for... Yeah, I'll probably run the Harvest Skull into the Armani. And then we'll have to run this into the Tiny Harvest Golem. Luckily enough, I do have an Ooze, so I'm going to get rid of that. At least one of the strikes from True Silver. Which is good. So, let's see here. Then we play Ooze, and I think we just shapeshift and kill that. So, basically even now. The same amount of cards, except I have a minion on the field. What do we want to do next turn? Potentially, we'll draw this thing back. He has an extremely high amount of ones. Deeper Gnome, Voodoo Doctor. Don't want to Starfall this board. I think I'll do. I'll be keeping myself in charge, and I could also swipe. I've been using my swipes at very bad times, but it'll keep my Ooze alive. I could always just pull it back, but then Brewmaster dies, so I think we just swipe here. Everything dies. I just realized I should have aimed the swipe at him. That was a mistake. Could have done, what, 3 damage more? My bad.
To Northrend.
Charge with Divine Shield. Well, you're going to keep on aiming at me, I see. I think we do this then, and then we use for Brewmaster that. We add in a Yeti, and then we say we're done. Hammer of Wrath won't kill this, a Consecration won't kill it, but with a Consecration, yeah, he can kill that, and then hit that. Hammer of Wrath, Blessing of Wisdom. I might actually just have gotten my reason to actually go ahead and Starfall. Why's Justice? Well, it's a shitty weapon to ooze, but I might have no choice. No, we're just going to go Claw and... Let's see, Claw. Then we'll play the Brewmaster and the Ooze, I think.
I'll put it on your head. For the wild.
I can afford to take 4 damage. And I also have immense board control right now. Power of the Wild next turn to make it even a little bit scarier. Consecration safe per se. And potentially an Ancient Mage as well. And then we'll have a very... Why you'd silence that, I don't know, but fair enough. Blessing of Kings. Well, that is a poor choice. Because it'll just die. So, do I want to Starfall just now? No. We're going to... Unfortunately, I'm missing 1 mana to actually do what I was planning to do here. Do I want to trade? I'll probably have to. And then we play Cairn.
Another round.
And... do I want to play the Panther? No, I'll keep the Panther in reserve. And we'll just hit him. So, what did you pull out of your magic box? Acolyte of Pain. Well, I want to attack that thing. I'll ignore that thing too. And there's a very simple reason for that. I have an Iron Bark. Finally got my Iron Bark.
Well played.
That sounds bad.
Well played.
I would have run the Acolyte of Pain into this before I summoned a Divine Recruit. Oh. Sorry, you're just going to get 1 card from that. Potentially then we'll Ancient Mage and kill anything with 4 health. Hammer of Wrath. What did you hit? Me. Courtesy hit, more or less. And a floating Armani. That's interesting. But yeah, we're going to Ancient Mage, then Starfall. Did I launch that too soon? No, it actually did 4 damage. So, that works very well. The Ancient Mage actually works hilariously well with the few spells I have in my deck.
The victory. Well played.
So, that game went fairly well, I dare say. At least very much a lot better than the one against the Mage. But let's try again. A little puppy or a really slow guy? Well, that is neither. That's a mage. An annoying mage. We'll drop the Soul of the Forest. I'll probably take some damage to keep in the Earthen Ring. Is probably a good idea. Should probably have tossed the Sun Fury, but I do need a turn 2 option. And luckily enough, changed 3 of the cards. Well, now I get my Iron Bark on turn 1. Great. I'm officially dead, I think. Coins into what? A Mad Bomber! Well, More lucky with her map bomber than I was with mine.
Hello.
Greetings.
My greeting.
Let's see, do I want to Sun Fury? I think I do. I don't really have a choice. I'll probably get Frost bolted, but it's less than perfect, but there's not really much I can do with that. Hopefully I can get a something to pull it back, but I'll probably just have to trade it. Or she did it for me, which also works. And I actually got the Youthful Brewmaster just to make things all matters worse. I think we go for the Ring Farseer right now, heal up. Not really much else I can do. Potentially I can pull this back if it survives, which it will not. So, we'll see how this goes. Harvest Golem. Probably just trade up then. Yeah. I will not hit that Harvest Golem, the reason is extremely simple. It'll just Fire Blast me afterwards. This works better. Of course, now the Fireball comes into play. And I cry, manly tears. I don't want watermelons or radishes, I want carrots. Dark-Eyed Wolf, well, that's hilariously annoying. It will survive. And since it will survive, I'm actually very tempted to pull it back and play it again. But what I think we do instead is just run it into the Dark-Eyed Wolf. And then we play a Fang Reaper. Then we have KN for next turn, which could potentially be very useful. That's a Fireball. A Polymorph, well, that works too. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of it, so I'll use that to kill that. But you'll probably regret that, I think, since I do have a Cairn. And Flame Strike will not kill this. So, what will you do now? This is the time when I can actually start causing some damage myself. In late game, I do have Starfall for a ton of 2 minions. Venture not really the thing I like the most. Who's... I want to taunt. You want to charge, perhaps. I think first of all we kill that. Then we put up a taunt. And then we play, I think... No, I will not play the Ooze. Or do I? Do I want to play the Ooze or not? It's baiting out a Flame Strike, literally. I do have the Iron Box, I do want to play the Ooze. I do want to bait out a Flame Strike if I can, before I get something much scary on the board. And I do also have the Starfall here, so potentially what I can do, if he opts not to attack, is Starfall and hit it myself. Cold Master is going to sack it. But the problem is, it doesn't actually die. I don't think you thought that completely true. And then we can, for fun time's sake, add in an Iron Buck. Or do I want to Starfall here? Just get rid of both? Yeah, I think we get rid of both, and... No, I want to bark. Of course, I'm going to sack 2 minutes doing so, but it's fine. The Cairn comes back, the Ooze not really that useful against the Mage. Well, I did that in the wrong order, damn me.
Job's done. A natural.
I screwed up. I killed the Cult Master in the wrong order, gave an extra card, and that could potentially be what kills me in this game. I do also have the Sunwalkers, I do have Taunts. And when the Iron Bug actually has sustained a lot of damage, we can just Youthful Brewmaster it and put it right on the field again. Which is hilarious. We have a lot of minions you want to play? Another Cult Master? Do I want to Starfall this? Probably. Yeah, I want to start 4. I should have done this last time, but I screwed up. Now we've started applying pressure. The reason why she was going off the Iron Bark, I believe, is because there's a Flame Strike waiting here. Flame Strike will take almost the entire turn. A Fireball would kill the Iron Bark, but that's about it. I still have board control. I can then just punch out a Sunwalker. I have a spell that does 5 damage, so she's actually dead unless you can get rid of the... Well, that is one way of solving that problem. That's something else. There comes the Fireball, so a lot of removal is gone. And we'll play No Mission Venter here and the Sunwalker, I think. Just want to see what card I get, yeah. Sunwalker. I have Ravenloft Assassin or a Starfire for next turn, so I'm spoiled for choice. And if the Sunwalker survives, I can do the same thing that I plan to do with the... Of course! Well, of course. Flame Strike. No. Divine Crusade. Stampeding Kodo. Oh. Interesting. I think we just Starfire the Kodo. Yeah. Starfire the Kodo and play a Scarlet Crusade of our own. No, we'll wait, see what we get. Amani. No trade. Play a Scarlet Crusade of our own and injure. If she wants to attack me with a Scarlet, be my guest. You can't kill it even with the Fire Blast, so that's perfectly fine. But that's probably a Flame Strike since the shield was paid. No. The Flame Strike is missing. It isn't arriving as it's supposed to. Big question now.
Whoops.
Whoops what? Yeah, we'll trade those. I should probably just hit it myself, but it doesn't really matter. And then we do, I think, attack with that. Then we Brewmaster it. And put it back on the board with an Amani. That works. Another Polymorph, that's the 3rd so far. Doesn't really matter, you're still dead next turn. Unless you can get rid of a couple of minions here. Yeah. I am still alive. I'm going to Wrath that, and I'm going to hit it myself. Up close and personal. Ancient Brewmaster, that is perfectly useless.
Challenge accepted. Who you want me killing?
But it doesn't really matter. Hit that, then we go for an Ancient Brewmaster rather than the Amani, and we also hit that thing up. Are you going to be stubborn now, or are you still hoping? Probably has a Flame Strike. That's why I just conceded. Potentially, I get a Pyroblast in my face just for. Well, you still won't live through this if that's what you're planning.
Well played.
Another round.
Yes, another round.
Thank you.
So, game ended. We did fairly well here. Got our revenge against the mage, and we're currently standing on 4 wins. We'll do one more match here, and we'll see how it ends. How this episode ends, I guess. Hopefully it won't be a drawn-out affair, but we'll see what happens. Wombat Warlock or Shabby Shaman? I don't want a Shaman. Priest. Been a while since we got up against a Priest. Well, this is actually a fairly good starting hand. I'll toss the Razor Fan to see if I get something. Yeah, I should probably just cap the Razor Fan. What the hell am I even doing? So, do I want to
My greeting.
Priests don't have any weapon, do they?
Greetings.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. So, coin and ooze is probably not a terrible idea. And I can potentially use Wrath on anything he plays on turn 2. Then we have the Golem, the Brewmaster. Looks good. Or Shadowwood Pain. Well, that screwed up my plan entirely. It did what I was planning to do. Use a spell. Not much I really can do with that. We could create a very dangerous taunt here with the Mark of Nature combination, so that works. Master Swordsmith and Goldshire Footman. That makes this a little bit annoying, I'll be honest. Big question, do I want to Wrath the Master Swordsmith? I think I do. Just get rid of it, and then we'll play the Harvest Golem, I think. Next turn. As I said, we'll actually survive a hit from the Footman. Potentially we'll have to go Ooze and something else. Yeah, this is not looking good. I need my Starfall, something like that. I think we just play the Harvest Golem, and then we taunt up next turn. Harvest Golem here will be a little bit difficult to kill, because neither of these can actually kill it in one hit, and two of them actually dies to it. The problem here is potentially a Shadowwood Pain. Kinda glad I actually used that on the Ooze, because it can be used on Fang Creeper. That's one of the weakness. Opponent's deck. Well, that could be very scary stuff, to be honest. Probably a Wrath, though. No, I don't have a Wrath anymore in my deck. I used it. You should sack your 2-1 on the 2-1 Golem. And then you should sack the Goldshire Footman too. Just for good measure. No, it's a horrible idea. You should actually go for me here. And heal that up. That's not stupid at all. That's actually pretty good. Let's see, we go Fang Creeper. Boom! I suddenly have a 2-1 hidden behind the Taunt Wall. Then I can go potentially if it takes damage, Ancient Brewmaster. Power of the Wild. So, what do we do now?
Embrace the
Oh, trade. Well, that Adonai is going to be a little bit of an issue. Especially since it's actually quite hard to kill it. Let's just trade up first, and then we go what? Ooze Yeti? Yeah, I think we do that. The Yeti will of course die here by the lesser heal. Takes 2 damage, and then the priest can actually just run into it and kill it. I'll probably just shapeshift that and kill the priest, but we'll see. Could probably play something scary too. For next turn, if my board actually ends up getting cleared, I'll probably go Brewmaster and taunt it up. No, I don't want to go Brewmaster and taunt it up. Shadowwood Death would kill that. And I haven't actually gotten rid of a single one of them. Oh.
My eyes are open.
That's actually quite interesting. The Urnring Farseer restores 3 health, but since the Hawkiee means heal actually does damage, he could actually have done 3 damage to Yeti with that thing, so that you actually have to read the cards very carefully. But that was a little bit unlucky, I dare say. Do I want to Ravenhold? I think I do. Or do I want to Mark? I want to Mark of Nature the Yeti. Yes, I want to Mark of Nature the Yeti. And the reason is hilariously simple. By Mark of Naturing the Yeti, it's basically immune to both Shadowwood Pain, Shadowwood Death, 2 of the ways a priest can remove something. And we're going to summon a 3-2 Pantry, and we're not going to do something stupid and get it killed to a Shadowwood Death. So, he's to some extent in trouble. That's it, rid of the claw right there, right now. Hopefully there's no silence here. I might have to go for trying to bait out a Shadowwood Death with the Ravenhold or the Ancient Brewmaster. Holy fire! That hurts. And Shadowwood Pain. Using a lot of cons here. But this allows me to actually play the Brewmaster without pulling anything back, which is great. But let's see here, I think we go, yeah, Brewmaster. Then we can go Ravenhold Assassin next turn. I'm basically trying to bait out the Shadowwood Deaths here, with lesser minions, so to speak. Potentially might not even have it in his hand, but who knows. Has used Holy Fire, has used 2 Shadowwood Pain. There we go, Shadowwood Death. Kinda as anticipated. Then we'll go Ravenhold, allow ourselves to take a little bit of damage. I think that should be fine. Taught Steel again. He has 4 of my cards. That is one of my... No, that's not one of my cards. Ravenhold. And next turn we have some Wookiee Yeti, I think.
I hear you got a problem.
So let's see what comes onto the field now. Hopefully not something too strong. Can't target that, it's stealthed. Well, that's an annoying little combination. That's a heal. So, I would believe then that Sunfury was actually one of my cards. So let us make this a little bit interesting.
Truth is my shield.
And I'm going to sack this into that. It's a bad choice, I know. Or do I actually want to sack it into that? No, we'll sack it into that because then the Sunwalker can't actually be killed. That is probably one of the cards that was stolen from my deck. That was not stolen from my deck. If you want to heal my Sunwalker, you are welcome to do so.
My eyes
Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Sorry. Sorry.
sorry about that.
So, I want to kill that first. And the way to do that, I think, is by running Mr. Sunwalker here.
Justice.
To that, and then we run that into that, and then we heal up Mr. Sunwalker so he can withstand 2 hits.
Eyes are
And, do you want to taunt the Yeti? Probably not right now.
for the wild.
If you want to heal anything, it actually needs to be damaged first. So that did not go as planned. Stormwind Knight.
For the king.
Well, actually puts me in a little bit of an awkward spot. Trade that for that. Oh, now you know how it works. Good. But you lost your cleric. That doesn't really actually make a difference at all. Then I think we go Bless. And just to make things a little bit more interesting with some Fury. So, you are hereby in trouble, Priesty. Defender Argus on its own, that's got to sting. And I'm actually going to stall for that because I can afford to. No, I'm not. Not going to do something so stupid. We're going to trade the Yeti. It's a stupid trade, but it dies and I have a can. So it's not like I'm in a horrible position per se. I can do a lot of damage very fast now. 2 more turns and he's probably dead. Unless, of course, a Shadow Word. Well, healing stuff is always fun to have, I guess. But I can't, unfortunately, not allow that thing to live.
I got this.
For honor.
So, that next turn, hopefully. I do have 3 on, so even if the board is cleared, I can do 7 damage. Any way a priest can actually clear this? None. At least not with just 1 card.
Well played.
There we go. Battle 1. Did go actually fairly well. Just fading out the Shadow Word Death and Shadow Word's Pain actually worked out to my advantage. So, back up on 5 wins and 1 loss. We'll see if we can get any higher next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like really, and hopefully I'll see you around next time. Bye.